PG&E urges judge to approve key settlement, faces resistance. San Francisco, AP, Pacific Gas and Electric on Wednesday urged a federal bankruptcy judge to approve a key insurance settlement as it struggles to regain its financial footing and cover at least $20 billion in losses stemming from catastrophic wildfires in California tied to its equipment. The nation's largest utility faced fierce resistance at the court hearing from attorneys representing thousands of wildfire victims, PG&E bondholders who have proposed an alternative plan for salvaging the hobbled company, and California Governor Gavin Newsom. The opposition argued that PG&E's $11 billion settlement with a group representing about 110 insurers that have already paid claims in the fires threatens to shortchange uninsured and underinsured victims. Critics also say the deal would give the company an unfair advantage to gain support for its deeply flawed reorganization plan. Nancy Mitchell, an attorney, told U.S. Bankruptcy Judge Dennis Montali that PG&E's current rehabilitation plan doesn't meet the standards required to participate in a wildfire fund approved by California lawmakers last summer. Even so, Mitchell contended PG&E is hoping approval of the insurance settlement will give it the leverage to pressure voting stakeholders to approve its plan, which must happen by June 30 for the utility if it hopes to have future wildfire losses partially covered by the state's new fund. They want to lock up the votes and then want to say, "Okay, state, you have no choice but to approve the plan," Mitchell said. Besides getting Montali's blessing, PG&E's plan also has to be approved by its chief regulator, the California Public Utilities Commission. PG&E lawyer Stephen Korotkin tried to assure Montali that the insurance settlement is the best way to fairly treat all the parties affected by the San Francisco company's 10-month-old bankruptcy case. "We don't want to take the risk that this thing blows up," Korotkin said. Both PG&E and insurers have framed a settlement reached in September as a great deal because the $11 billion payment represents about 55% of the amount the carriers could seek if they sued the utility for the damages caused by its equipment and practices. Insurers have paid out nearly $16 billion of the roughly $20 billion that they expect to cover in the fires linked to PG&E. "If this deal goes away, we are back to the drawing board," said Matthew Feldman, a lawyer for the insurers involved in the PG&E settlement. The insurers have set a Friday deadline for getting court approval of the PG&E settlement, although Feldman told Montali that date could be extended if the judge needed more time to issue a ruling. Montali said he would try to issue a decision promptly. PG&E's proposed all-cash payment to the insurers has raised fears that the company won't have. And for more on this story, visit the news article link.